What's up? What's up? What's up? Our After Effects family. You guys already know what it is, but just to give y'all the disclaimer, I am your girl, Mrs. Sutton. And y'all know when I come on, we about to shoot straight from the hip, and you know we about to keep it real. I also have here.
What's up, fam? King Solomon Jr., aka Mr. Sutton, is still always in the building. Or you can just simply call me Mr. Engineer.
Yeah, that part. So, you guys, I have had the opportunity to be a part of several platforms this week, okay? And I want to literally debunk certain things with my husband. So, if you guys know, my husband does not get into politics or anything of that nature. And I definitely respect that. But what I do want to discuss is this simple question here. Do we believe that racism still exists?
Absolutely.
Why?
Well, before we can go into the why, we got to start with where does racism come from?
Mm-hmm.
Most people believe it's a nationality issue or a black and white issue. But the truth of the matter is, racism really don't exist except in the scheme. Let me break that down. And this is going to be coming into upcoming videos on the After Effects TikTok and YouTube channel. And I don't want to give away too much, but I'm going to say this like this. This country, and I'm talking about America, was founded on migration. Nobody but the Indians has any legal right to this country.
So why is there such a problem with the border?
It's a money issue.
Whose money?
You really trying to make me give away all the secrets, ain't you?
I'm not. I told you I wanted to have a conversation.
All right, forget it. Y'all find out at some point. Y'all getting an exclusive. It's ours, but it's not. I know that sounds like a, what's the word you use, double conundrum. But here's the thing. Originally, to build everything you see before you, it took some dark-skinned folks. And as much as everybody wants to holler that we free, we're not. And I'm going to say, and I know I'm going to get canceled, but I don't care. Black folks built this country. Correction. Black folks built the stolen country.
Are you referring to Christopher Columbus?
That's what you want to call him. Number two, folks, because they're still under this slave, we're still under the slave mindset. We think we're free, but we're not. Because people that are really, truly entwined into seeing the grand scheme of things will know this. And I'm trying to not to use profanity here, but I'm going to put it like this. It makes me very angry to hear black folks, whether that be commercial on the radio or on TV, use the word migrants. Let me inform you, my ignorant and colored folks. You still ain't free, folks. There's still certain places in 2024 that black people are not allowed to go.
Yep, sundown towns.
We're not allowed to go into shop. We're not allowed to live in. So for the fact that we have the audacity to use the word migrant when it comes to other folks from other countries, y'all stupid people can't understand that you're still being a pawn. Because while we're being used, and yes, I did say stupid, while we're being used as a pawn or a selling point for other people to come to the land of the free, once you get here, you're going to find out it really ain't as free as you think.
Exactly.
Because, number one, why they telling y'all that black folks is a bunch of lazy, non-working individuals?
Don't forget about Orange Man's statement about immigrants taking away black jobs.
What the hell is a black job?
I have not figured that out yet.
Okay, we can get back to that in a second. You done messed up my chain. I'm still here. While they're telling y'all that we're lazy and don't want to work, the same time we're being told, hey, they can come over here to this country and get 10 years of tax-free and get a whole lot of money to open up business and live where they want to, and they do a very good job at selling and showing us that to the point that neither side understands that we're both fighting the same war.
Yep. Now, I do have to debunk something you just said. It is never tax-free.
Well, it's not tax-free.
It's not tax-free for migrants. It's not.
I get it, but what I'm saying in this stream of things, so let me help you out. They don't have to pay taxes.
Yes, they do.
They do, but the way they do it, they make it seem that it's so low that it's basically non-existent.
And actually, migrants pay more. What a lot of people don't realize is that they work for less, but they pay more because our country has the mentality to say, I'll just put it like this, to a certain degree, free labor. I know that Brother Jesus is going to work the farm for $5 an hour. As an African American, I'm not working no farm for no $5 an hour.
I know, and that's where I was getting at, because why we are underneath the same color of scheme of things, as you would say, we're still got the same problem.
We do.
Because why, in one aspect, the so-called migrants are doing the job that nobody else will want.
And that's pretty much what it is. Mm-hmm.
On the other side, black folks are still doing jobs that, quote unquote, the real people, and I still don't know what that means yet, of this country don't want.
Oh, are you referring to black jobs? Because I'm still trying to figure out what those are.
I think I'm about to help you out with this one, and this is probably going to be unsettling, and some folks probably not going to be able to stomach this. I think black jobs is this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Anything
That has to do with manual labor,
that does not have to do with,
corporate business.
yeah, well, basically, a large sum of money.
Oh yeah, because I personally, husband, had someone last night argue with me, and this was respectfully a YT person. And what this YT person said to me was, he does not agree with the fact that I said, here's the analogy. I said, if you and I both went into a bank and applied for a loan, even if I, as a African American person, am more qualified, they are not going to give it to me over a YT person.
You know what?
I had this YT person tell me they don't believe that. But if you fact check it,
listen, you ain't got to fact check. I'm gonna help you out with that. And I think you might remember this. Or maybe you don't. But I happen to know a very large food chain. Fast food chain.
yeah,
I had just graduated high school. And for those that don't know, in Ohio, they also got a program where you can go to trade school or go to college, and when you graduate high school, you can get your college degree at the same time. I know
associate. Make sure
associate. There's a few states like that. I don't know if it's all over the country, but I happen to know that Ohio is one of them.
Yes.
So me and one of my Caucasian brothers, we walked in because I had gotten so tired of being denied employment. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna put my education on there. This is true, factual. I applied to clean the toilets and mop the floor and take out the trash. No lie. I had the job until she ran my social security number. She went in the back. Literally, she was about to bring my shirt, name tag, and hat. And told me when I was going to start. Went in the back, ran my information through the system. My interview was at 9 o'clock in the morning. When she came back out, she said, "Did you graduate from such and such school?" I ain't gonna lie, yes. "And did you also graduate from this school during the same time period?" Yes. Unfortunately, at this time, as she's taking the hat, shirt, and stuff back, you're overqualified for this position. Another situation. Walked into a pizza place. You know it, round the corner from where we used to live.
Mm-hmm.
Me and another Caucasian brother. His pants was sagging. He was tatted up. I'm talking about sleeves. And the face too. Which one of us you think got the job? And I was dressed up.
Oh, he did. And that right there begets my point. We have to stop believing that racism does not exist, because it is in businesses, it is in certain towns, and now this current election is based upon, do we want to move forward or do we want to move backwards? What is your take, Mr. Sutton, on the Orange Man getting rid of Roe v. versus Wade?
You know I don't do politics.
But ultimately, it's not necessarily a politic question, because Roe v. versus Wade still affects you as a father.
I know exactly what it is. And I've heard both sides of this argument to the point I actually got into it with one of my former co-workers. Here's the thing. Everybody try to mix politics with personal life. Politics don't go in everyday life. Politics don't belong with churches.
I agree.
Politics don't belong with music. Politics belong in its own lane. But because everybody is keep trying to intertwine them, this is why we always keep having this problem. Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade is a retarded situation.
Please tell me how.
Number one, all this back and forth, women have the right to do what they want to do with their bodies, and can't nobody force them to carry no baby, whether they're married or not. Oh, I'm about to make some folks angry. But y'all know that I don't care.
I want to hear come through, because I've been trying to get you in the hot box for the last 24 hours. Let's go.
Number one, there are supplements and procedures that prevent pregnancies.
Okay.
Here's the problem. You got two people standing in court both yelling at the judge. The women's point of view. It takes my body out of shape. Come on, you done heard it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're going to have to give a little bit more substance than that, sir.
I'm not done.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. Let's go.
Women's point of view is it takes my body out of shape. I go through different changes. Sometimes I have to do this by myself. And he don't want to give me the financial support that I would need, aka want, for this child.
Ooh, I'm patiently waiting. Go ahead.
You can throw some other stuff in there about how they gotta feed the child, buy clothes, provide etc. Man's point of view. Your Honor, and this is not in all cases, this is in some. While I get what she says, there is no law in the United States that protects men when a baby is born. Number one, if the baby is conceived in marriage, it automatically deems it's the man's.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it is proven that she cheated, the grand scheme of things is we're going to do what we feel is in the best interest of the child,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to pay for it. Number two.
You mean number 3, sir? Because I have to be able to rebuttal this, so let's make your point.
Next. Even if the guy does not show up to court for a paternity test when she tries to put him on child support, he is deemed by default
Mm-hmm.
as the father,
That is true.
whether or not it is his biological child.
Okay.
I,
Wait, because I need to...
Furthermore, if the dude is rich, and she marries him and gets pregnant, even if they have a prenup in place, she can still walk away with up to 70%, and he still has to pay for a child that may or may not be his.
Okay. I'm going to jump in here because I know a lot of my ladies is like, where is Mrs. Safe? But my husband will tell you that I believe in a fair discussion. So I'm not going to overtalk him. He's not going to overtalk me. First off, Roe versus Wade put into place that women had the right to choose what to do with their body autonomy. Let's just start there. Number 2, I, as a Christian, do not, let me say that, do not believe in abortions. I need to make that plain. What I do believe is if there is a rape situation, an incest situation, a sexual assault situation, or if the fetus is determined not to be viable and it is a risk of the mother or the child to carry to full term. Those are the only ways that I personally believe there should be an exception to that rule. I do not believe that abortion is a form of birth control. Let me say that. I have to state that because when people hear my perspective, they will automatically assume that there is some trickery in the game. No, I have said that to my husband. I have said that to anybody that will listen. I do not stand behind abortion as birth control. If it is not life-altering, and if it's not the case of a rape, a sexual assault, or an incest, I don't agree with somebody. And I do believe that there should be a limit on the amount of abortions a person can receive.
Can you say that again?
I believe there should be a limit on the number and or amount of abortions a person can receive before they have to carry a child to full term. I say that because I have seen situations where women have gotten pregnant, maybe as a child, maybe 14, 15 years old. Mm-hmm. Understandably so. You don't have the finances. Yep. You can't get a job. Mommy and daddy done told you, I'm not taking care of another mouth that I didn't create. You guys collectively make the decision to terminate. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you turn around a year later and don't use protection, if you don't use birth control, or let's just put it out there for people that's allergic to this, abstain from sexual relations until you are ready for the responsibility that comes with that, and you turn around and you get pregnant again, you gonna carry that baby. You gonna carry that baby. I personally would not feel right as a woman if I aborted one child and then turned around and had 3 and 4. My heart as a woman would not feel right knowing that I aborted one of my own children, but I had 4 and 5, unless there was a situation that meant I needed to have that abortion. Now, my husband drives the point of money. And I I hear that a lot coming from men, and that is not no slack on my husband. Here's the problem with that. A lot of women are not going to like me, but I believe that no matter whether you're married or not, it should be mandated for paternity. To establish paternity.
They're going to cancel you.
I have to speak my piece.
Okay. I'm just letting you know.
I do. And the reason why I do is because it would keep down on a lot of this mess later on about, well, now that we're divorcing, I don't know if that child is mine. Because how many women have heard that? The father done been in the room. Y'all done been married. The father done been in the room. He done helped. He done coached. Breathe, baby, breathe. Everything else. And as soon as there's a problem between you and that person, and y'all make the decision to get a divorce, the first thing out of that man's mouth is, I don't know if that baby mine, so I'm not taking care of it. Where if paternity was established at birth, and let me help you all out, paternity can be established before birth.
Come on.
It is a simple blood test.
Yes, ma'am.
It can be established before the baby even get here.
Yep.
Not because there isn't quote unquote trust in the situation, but I was always under the impression that we want to be proactive versus reactive. Because here's the woman getting pissed off because, well, you wasn't saying that when we were sleeping together. Now all of a sudden the baby ain't. Well, the man, that whole mommy's baby, daddy's maybe situation. How many single mothers do you have out here? Whether you know that you know that you know, and that man know that that child is theirs, a man can move on. You as a woman, if you a good woman, that child automatically gonna be placed with you. So you're automatically gonna be saddled with the responsibility of raising that child. And that man will go and get with another woman that got 20 kids, none of them belonging to him, and he will take care of them. Why? Because he's in the house with her.
Can I ask you a question?
Wait.
This helps your point out. We were just talking about this, yesterday or the day before? Remember that little skit that I showed you? Where the dude gave her $500 and they had agreed to delete the kid, but she decided to keep it anyway.
And here's the thing with that. This goes back to that point. A person should never be able to tell you what to do with your body. On the flip side of that, prepare yourself for the consequences, because I had someone in a live that I was doing tell me, and this is going to upset my husband, I'm giving y'all a pre-warning. He said men have absolutely no responsibility.
Responsibility for what?
To nothing.
Huh?
So I guess women get pregnant off immaculate conception. I don't know. But he claims that a man has absolutely no responsibility. That
what planet do he live on?
And he was black on top of that.
God said people lack for the... I forgot the verse.
People perish for lack of knowledge, baby.
That part.
How? This is what my argument to that gentleman was. This is what my argument to that gentleman was.
People are stupid.
He said that the women hold, and hear the whole spiel.
Okay. He
said women hold the key to sex. and that a man cannot do what a woman don't allow. I said, what about cases of rape? What about cases of sexual assault? What about pure manipulation? Because how many times, heck, let's keep it all the way a buck. You sexually manipulate your partner in marriage. Your partner can be laying there minding their own business, but if you want some, you're going to do and manipulate what it takes to get what you want. People call that foreplay. Think about it. People call it foreplay. Mm-hmm. An example of that is you could be laying on the floor minding your own business. I'm your wife. I could be in the mood for something. If I walk out there and start messing with you, touching on you, you have not given me any indication that this is something you want. But because that's what I want, I'm going to manipulate the situation in the moment to get what I want. But what we call it is foreplay. Instead of calling it for what it is, it's manipulation.
Yep, you getting canceled. First thing, as soon as this go live, they canceling you. Don't worry, I got your back.
So therefore, for this guy, I asked the guy, I said, so you have no responsibility if this woman gets pregnant? None. He says no.
Please don't tell me he in our age group.
I don't know. He says no because you're the woman, you carry the child. Men just get saddled with going along with it, whatever your decision is. I said, so he had no. I said, so you had no choice in this. You couldn't have said no. You couldn't have used the condom.
Fellas, I'm trying, and it ain't working. I'm too.
And here lies the problem. But as soon as this man that came to your house, sitting on your couch, and he done started rubbing on your thigh, and then put his arm around you, and he nibbling on you, and all common sense that went out the window. Ain't nobody thought about protection. Ain't nobody thought about nothing. And then as soon as you pop up and say, I'm pregnant, here comes the guy telling you, well, I didn't want no kid. You deal with it. But then we'll get mad if her decision is to abort the situation.
Okay.
Now, wait. We'll get mad if her decision is to abort. Then we'll come back and say, well, why you cancel my lineage? Why, if that was truly my baby, the manipulation, if that was truly my baby, like you said, why did you get rid of it? There is manipulation all the way across the board.
I'm sorry. I've been trying, but I have no way of not saying this. That tactic has been passed down for generations.
Oh, yeah, because it's all about, and here's the thing. So a woman not having body autonomy takes us backwards into the day and age. Do you know that in today's law, me as your wife, say for instance, say we get pregnant. Say we get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I am 36.
Yeah.
I am at higher risk of multiples.
Yeah, of course. Who don't know that? The older you become, the higher the risk.
Okay.
I know that.
Now, you being my husband,
mm-hmm.
if the doctor says that we can carry our 2 or 3 to term,
mm-hmm. Because the older you are, the more chances you have at having doubles, triples, or quads.
I'm going to touch that because the lady said there is no risk in a woman giving birth.
Huh?
Yes, she did.
Okay, I got a headache. I need to go take my medicine. No woman said that.
Yes, she did.
I'm going to cancel myself.
So.
You're serious?
No, they're serious.
Woman.
Yes. And then I got kicked. That was the argument you heard yesterday when she tried to say that I was racist because I told her for her to make that statement as a woman, she had to be YT.
You should have said stupid. Go ahead, because I'm still fathoming the part that a woman said. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, do you know that if the doctor says I would not recommend that you guys try to get pregnant again after the birth of your twins, and I would not recommend a natural birth because of the risk? Do you know you as my husband, if they recommended a hysterectomy or something like that, I need your permission. Even if it's detrimental to the health of me and your children, I need your consent. If you say no, I can't get it.
Okay, so here, and I'm going to say this.
I just want to educate people.
I like the educational part.
Because literally, if they say, I wouldn't recommend, this is what, da-da-da-da-da. If you said, no, I do not agree, I will not sign off, because you would have to sign off that you agree to it. If you didn't sign off, I can't do it. And if we run the risk of getting pregnant again, and it risks my life and our children's life, then basically you just said to hell with both of us.
Okay, so, and I'm going to say this, and I really don't care how anybody feels about it. When it comes to it, if they say that it has to be C-section, and after the C-section, you gotta do the, what was that you just said?
A hysterectomy.
Yeah, that. I don't care how mad I am at you. How mad you are at me. Both of us stood in front of God and said, we gonna do right. And I need for the fellas to hear me, because some of y'all are about to be highly angry with what I'm about to say, and y'all not about to like this. If you say no, and your wife, girlfriend, runs the risk of getting pregnant, and it could kill them, I need for you to understand that when you get in front of the council, that being God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost, Gabriel and Michael, and 120,000. If something happens to that woman and them kids, their blood, my guy, is on your hands.
But
let me repeat that. If a doctor, and some of these folks are quacks, tells you that after all the research and they schooling, says this is the only option, and you don't sign to make sure to prolong her life, Even if you and God ain't on good terms, do something right. Kind of give you like a hall pass or something. Sign that paper to prolong that woman's life. Because as I'm saying on upcoming TikToks and YouTube videos of the video portion for it, our main job is to make sure that we secure them.
Mm-hmm. But do you know that a man does not need permission to get snipped? Women need permission
to get an abortion.
No, women need permission to get a hysterectomy.
That's different. That's surgery.
So is an abortion.
And folks don't understand it. Because you and I both know folks. And I get both sides of this argument. But again, I'm bringing it back. Y'all both decide to delete. And you pay for the abortion, but she decides to get her hair and nails done and keep the kid and wants you to support it. Who wrong in that situation?
Here's my thing. My thing is that this is why one night stands ain't no good. Because you mean to tell me that I allowed myself to get tricked and pregnant by somebody I can't even tell you their last name? I can't tell you what they look like besides in the dark. I can't tell you what kind of complications, issues, what's in their family lineage. Nothing that could affect my child. Do you know when I go for an OB appointment, they want to know the history between not just me as the mother, but the person who implanted the seed to get them here? Do you know how goofy a woman looks going up there talking about, I don't know nothing about them? So, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And no baby is a mistake. No child is a mistake.
Mm.
Now, what you did was probably stupid to get them here, but no child is a mistake. Mm-hmm. I follow a guy on TikTok right now that had absolutely no clue that he was even a father. No clue. The mother had some issues. The baby ended up in the state. They found him, contacted him, got a DNA, and now he has full custody of his baby, and he's currently raising his son.
We gonna have to talk about that, because while everybody making this whole Roe and Wade crap, let's talk about the ones that don't know.
And this is the thing. But here's my argument to not knowing. You just stated, Mr. Sutton, that if a man gives you the money to terminate and you choose to keep, and she comes after the guy, she's wrong.
I didn't say that. I'm asking who is wrong. Because,
well, actually, both of them.
I like that.
Because he knew the risk when he laid down. He also knew that there was no guarantee that she would abort.
Not if y'all just met last night at the club and both y'all had about 27 drinks in you, and y'all both go to the back of the club or somewhere and get y'all flunkies off, and next thing you know, surprise!
Right. So, the fact remains is, in that situation, he definitely handled it wrong. Because, and here's why. Because if she came back to him and he said, I gave you the money to do this, the conversation should have been, while I understand that, I did not agree with getting rid of, because I feel like we're both adults. Mm-hmm. We both made this decision. Now you have an option as to whether you want to be a part of. If you need DNA, we can provide DNA. But I just want to let you know that this child is here. That would have put the ball back in his court to say, you know what?
Because you saw it. He said, but I gave you $500. Her exact words was, I don't care.
Exactly. And to be honest, he made an impulse decision. Do you know how many men a woman get pregnant and that's the first thing they jump to? I'm going to give you the money to abort. I'm going to give you the money to abort. What?
Just like a lot of women jump immediately, she wants to go sleep with someone of significance so she could directly put them on child support.
Now, here's the thing. First of all, that's thirst trapping. Second of all, the guy is just as responsible. Can't nobody trap you into nothing if you don't allow yourself to be gullible to be trapped in.
I need you to say that again, because I think a lot of people don't forget.
So as much as we want to say, oh, women put themselves in positions to sleep with celebrities so that they can get money. So these celebrities allergic to condoms? These celebrities don't understand that their status makes them more gullible to situations like this?
I don't know if you ever seen this. It's an uncut video that came out. Oh, God. This was some years ago. Probably the early 2000s. About, at that time, they called them groupies. I think they call them thoughts now.
Yeah.
This chick stated she deliberately goes to concerts, professional games, just so she can sleep with someone of 5-star status.
But here's the problem. Again, the guy is just as responsible. I don't care what her intentions are. You're just as liable. Mm-hmm. Because we can't get pregnant without your seed.
Back to your original topic. He really said.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know who that dude is. But evidently he didn't pay attention in health class.
Oh, we had that whole conversation because I asked the same question. I said, so you're basically saying that a woman can get pregnant by herself? That you have...
That would mean you would have to be asexual.
No, asexual is a person that just does not like...
Asexual is what a fish does to get... Some fish does to pregnancy.
No, baby. Asexual is a person that does not like sex.
Honey, unless they done changed the term, that's what it's called.
I'm going to fact check that, people. Now, I don't know why my husband want to... Asexual, a term used to describe someone who does not experience sexual attraction towards individuals of any gender. So if you're asexual, you don't have those same urges and sex is not what you want. That's asexual.
That was a term they used to describe seafrush, but we'll get to that later.
Google's free. So, therefore, that's the thing. He said women hold all the power.
Yeah, he need help.
And as far as women risking their lives to bring life into the world, the man said, how is it risking your life when your body is literally doing what it is naturally designed to do? The girl said the risk is 0.01 now with all the technology that we have. I said, so there is no higher increase due to medical racism in African American women versus white women. Oh, well, if you want to put race in it, then it's 2 point something.
This is... I can't. All right, I tried, but I don't have no choice. This is why machines are taking over.
Oh, you talking about like the guy who said that we get rid of all immigrants, is going to be robots picking our, tending to our farms?
Okay. I didn't want to say this, but I don't have no choice. Number one, the world has become extremely lazy. And so much to the point, nobody is understanding what is currently happening. I went in Walmart the other day. I've counted over 30 self-checkouts.
Mm-hmm.
I found maybe at max 5 cashiers. The tide turned because, number one, and you find this amongst young people, they can't count. I don't like that. I don't like to say that. But this is the truth.
Oh, let me help you out. Because while you're saying people can't count, you are absolutely correct, but I'm going to tell you why. I believe you were out of high school.
Yeah.
I was still in high school when lovely former President Bush decided to put into play No Child Left Behind.
This is why I'm gonna tell you why I despise politics.
Why you married your wife?
Believe me, if you couldn't count, this wouldn't be. Because our child, who is now 20, she asked me one day, why I gotta go to school and why I gotta graduate from high school? Because at the bare minimum, I need for you to be able to count. And I did this. So we went to Walmart. Pretty young lady. She was 21, 22. Now, during those times, they still had stuff for 99 cents and 98 cents. And here was the part. I bought 2 things. I bought a pop for 98 cents.
Those were the days.
I bought whatever candy they had for 98 cents. Now, honey, you the math genius. How much is that?
What was the prices again?
98 and 98.
16. $18.99 is $1.98.
Okay. Now, did y'all hear that?
Wait a minute. 98.90. No, $1.96. Sorry.
It's $1.98. 96. Now, after standing in line, I get to her. I put those two things on the conveyor belt. I got paid this particular day. So, out of a $20 bill, who know how much I'm supposed to get?
You were supposed to get back $18.04.
The system went down. I gave this child a $20 bill. You know how much money she gave me? And I don't want you to start laughing, even though I know you are. She gave me $5.
So you must have gave her a $10 bill.
I gave her 20.
You sure?
Positive.
Oh, okay.
I told the child, I said, ma'am, you didn't give me enough money. Well, my sister's down, and I have to verify with my manager how much money I'm supposed to give you back. I said, you're supposed to give me $18. Forget the 4 cents. I don't care about the 4 cents. Give my $18.
Honey, say it with me. 4.
4.
No, 4 is the enemy. 4.
Whatever. So, after waiting from 30 minutes to an hour for the manager to show up, just to tell her how much I've already told her how much I get back, the manager had to go in there and give my money. Sorry, sir, for your patience, but thank you for being with me. Get some people in here that can count.
But here's the problem. Going back to what I stated, when the No Child Left Behind law was implemented, it took away jobs from special needs teachers. It put special needs children in mainstream classes. It put in place that you could no longer hold a child back. As a result, we're just passing kids without making sure that they have the basic knowledge to pass to the next grade. Now, parents have to go in and advocate for their child to be held back. And it's getting worse because, honey, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Are you aware of Project 2025?
You've been talking about it for the last few days, but, I'm not political, so what is it?
Oh, no. It's not about being political, babe, but for us that plans on having children soon,
yeah,
I need you to be educated on Project 2025. Are you ready?
Okay.
Project 2025 takes away free lunches for children.
Stop. If y'all wonder, I'm just scratching behind my ear. Continue.
It takes away Head Start for children.
Alright.
There will be no more public school because they want to move everything to private.
Public school gone in its totality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you cannot afford the tuition for private school for your children, they are trying to create mini children military schools.
So, I want to make sure I got this correct.
Mm-hmm.
No more Head Start.
Correct.
No more public school.
Correct.
No more school lunches.
Unless you can afford to pay for them, exactly. As a matter of fact, I'm going to interject something that's really going to piss you off. I had a guy on a live that I was on say that he totally agrees with them getting rid of free school lunch, because if you cannot afford to feed your children, you shouldn't have them, and you should give them up for adoption. But continue. I needed to insert these things because I know that you necessarily have not been happy with me getting involved in some of these conversations, and you feel like they have taken away from some of our time. But as a woman who's looking to have children in the next year, these are conversations that I definitely have to be a part of.
I'm about to go off, and I don't care. So,
there's more.
What? You mean that wasn't the worst of it?
Oh, no. You know how we take care of a 99-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got to pay for some of her stuff out of pocket.
Project 2025 wants to move all Medicare to Medicare Advantage.
What's that?
You know how I work in healthcare?
Yeah.
You know Aetna and United Healthcare.
Yeah.
And Anthem.
Yeah, I know about them.
Those nice little things that are like $400 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
That's Medicare Advantage.
So, we talking $1,200 for just us three?
We don't get Medicare. We're not old enough for Medicare. But Medicare won't exist under Project 2025. It would strictly be Medicare Advantage. Which means that if she's not enrolled in United Healthcare...
She's 99.
Doesn't matter.
We already paying for 90% of her stuff out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So, she gonna get screwed more?
Yep. Not finished. Project 2025 wants to get rid of Social Security.
Ain't no Social Security. So you just... So for our retirement community and folks in...
Retire where? If there's no Social Security, where you going to retire
So what
to?
about all those folks in nursing homes?
What about them?
Where they gonna live?
You got about $13,000 a month?
How much?
You got about $13,000 a month?
$13,000?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Along with women not having any rights, which means that while they want to close off the border, we will be overpopulated anyway.
So, I just want to make sure I'm clear on...
Your arms are longer. Can you hand me my phone, please?
I just want to make sure I'm clear on this.
Go ahead, because you know I believe in making sure
on this whole 25. I'm sorry, Project 25 is called.
Yes.
So under Project 25, if I'm hearing you correctly, I can't screw my wife. I can't have no kids. And the money that I'm already showing out for our 99-year-old grandmother, I basically got to work 10,000 jobs just to make sure she's taken care of, because they're getting rid of nursing homes. That about the size of it.
Hold on. I'm going to help you.
Because this is intriguing. Woo! Just when I think that these folks can't get no dumber.
Project 2025 says that the Individuals with Disability Education Act, which provides $14.2 billion in federal money for education of school-aged children with disabilities, should be mostly converted to no strings block grants to individual states.
Woo! You know what? Okay.
Let's just go a little further.
I don't think I can handle much more.
Project 2025's view on education.
According to the Hechinger Report, Project 2025 says that the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, which provides $14.2 billion in federal money for the education of school-aged children with disabilities, should be mostly converted to no-strings block grants to individual states.
Y'all heard that. That came straight from Siri. All right, there. You want to sum this up? Because I'm annoyed.
Oh, I just want to make sure that I give a good summary of this.
But y'all still think y'all free? And black folks got the nerve to run around and be on commercials calling them migrants. You a migrant too. Because you don't make the same money that other folks make. Try it. I can't tell you how many times I've been denied for loans. But it's so cool. Dear.
Project 2025 on Medicare. Ooh. Trump's Project 2025 would raise prescription cost drugs for seniors.
I don't want to hear no more. All right, AF, gang.
So, therefore, I just wanted to have this opportunity to enlighten you guys as well as bring awareness to my husband, because I know now he about to work like a Hebrew so we can save up for private school. You guys, I need you guys to realize how important this election is. Understand that there's truth in the saying that says, if you do not know your history, you are destined to repeat it. The immigrants are not the problem. The problem is we're living in a world that's already divided. Honestly, our economy has not been the same since 9/11. We have to stop blaming it on COVID. We have to stop blaming it on the war in Israel. We have to stop blaming it on all of that. This started with 9/11.
Technically, it started before then.
No. Let me finish. If you go back, I remember gas prices being $1 and something before 9/11. I remember bags of chips being 25 cents before 9/11. Our economy still has not recovered in 23 years. And it's because we have placed people in positions that do not have our best interest at heart. Please do not be one of these illiterate people that refuse to read, look up information, study, because you need to know what you're signing up for. We have one president-elect who is trying to push us forward, that in the last 4 years there has been a cap on prescription costs for medication that has done so much. And once you put the opposing party in office, you have things like Trump 47, Project 2025, that's going to tell you exactly what is going to happen. So for those of you who rely on school free lunches for your children, be prepared for those things to go away. For those of you who rely on public school, be prepared to have to pay for private schools. Be prepared to have to be back in the situation where women were only known and only good for the kitchen and the bedroom. Again, if you don't know your history, you're destined to repeat it. Now, at some point, there will be a part 2 to this conversation.
Which is?
And we will let you guys know.
Alright. I'm out. She out.
Until next time.
Deuces.